Hey, what's up, GamingSafeSpace crew? It's back with another deep dive into the world of gaming, and today we're talking about one of Marvel's slickest villains, Taskmaster. With the Thunderbolts movie dropping on May 2nd, 2025, and Taskmaster, played by Olga Kurilenko, returning to the MCU, it's the perfect time to look at every single video game this photographic reflex master has crashed. From retro arcade vibes to modern blockbusters, Taskmaster's been a boss, a playable character, and everything in between. So grab a snack, settle into your safe space, and let's break down every Taskmaster video game appearance. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Let's go! Before we jump into the games, let's set the stage. Taskmaster, aka Tony Masters in the comics, is a mercenary with photographic reflexes, meaning he can mimic any move he sees. Think Captain America's shield throws or Hawkeye's archery, but with a snarky attitude. In the MCU, Black Widow introduced Antonia Dreykov as Taskmaster, a mind-controlled assassin with the same mimicry powers. She's back in Thunderbolts, and while the trailers are keeping her role mysterious, some fans even think she might not survive the film. Her video game legacy is anything but quiet. Let's dive into every time Taskmaster has popped up in gaming history. Our first stop is Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Fate of Two Worlds, released in 2011 for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, with an enhanced Ultimate version later that year. Taskmaster is a playable character here, voiced by Steve Blum, and he's an absolute beast in this fast-paced fighting game. His moveset is a love letter to his comic book roots, pulling from his ability to mimic heroes. You've got Captain America's shield toss, Spider-Man's web swings, and Hawkeye's trick arrows, all wrapped in a unique skeleton-themed costume that screams badass mercenary. In the game's story, Taskmaster is hired by Doctor Doom to help invade a parallel Earth, but he's more about the paycheck than the world domination. His playstyle is versatile, mid-range zoning with arrows and shield throws, plus some slick sword combos for close quarters. His hyper combo, Legion Arrow, rains down a barrage of arrows, and his taunts? Pure Taskmaster sass. If you've played Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you know he's a fan favorite for his mix-up potential and that iconic "I'm worth every penny" vibe. This was Taskmaster's big video game breakout, and it set the tone for his digital dominance. Next up, we've got Marvel Heroes, a free-to-play MMO from 2013 for PC, later rebranded as Marvel Heroes Omega for consoles. Taskmaster, again voiced by Steve Blum, is a playable character you could unlock or purchase. This game's an action RPG where you team up as Marvel heroes to stop Doctor Doom's cosmic plans, but Taskmaster's in it for the chaos. His kit in Marvel Heroes leans into his mercenary swagger. You can spec him for melee with sword and shield attacks, or go ranged with bows and explosives, mimicking moves from across the Marvel roster. His ultimate ability unleashes a flurry of copied hero moves, like a one-man Avengers assault. The game's loot-driven grind let you deck him out with gear to boost his mimicry, making him a solid pick for solo or group play. Sadly, Marvel Heroes shut down in 2017, but Taskmaster's time as a playable merc left a mark on fans who loved his cocky dialogue and adaptable playstyle. Moving on, we've got Marvel's Avengers Initiative, a 2012 mobile game for iOS and Android. This was a tie-in to the 2012 Avengers movie, focusing on one-on-one brawler combat. Taskmaster appears as the final boss in Captain America's storyline, once again voiced by Steve Blum. In the game, Cap's investigating a prison breakout, and Taskmaster's the mastermind behind it, working for shady forces. The fight's brutal. Taskmaster copies Cap's shield techniques, throws in some sword slashes, and keeps you on your toes with his unpredictable moves. Visually, he's got that classic hooded look with a skull mask, and the touch-based combat makes you feel every dodge and counter. The game didn't last long due to server issues, but Taskmaster's boss battle was a highlight, showing off his ability to match a super soldier blow for blow. It's a shame this one's lost to time, but it's a cool piece of Taskmaster history. Now let's talk Marvel, Avengers Alliance, a turn-based social RPG from 2012, originally on Facebook and later mobile. Taskmaster is both a boss and an unlockable playable character here. As a boss, he shows up in various missions, often working for villains like Hydra or AIM, throwing down with his copied moves. As a playable character, you could recruit him to your team, and he's a tactical powerhouse. Taskmaster's class in the game is Tactician, with abilities that shift based on who he's fighting. He can mimic enemy moves mid-battle, like stealing Iron Man's repulsors or Wolverine's claws, which made him super fun for strategic players. His animations were sleek, with that signature skull mask and a mix of sword, shield, and bow attacks. The game shut down in 2016, but Taskmaster's dual role as a villain and hero made him a standout. Plus, his in-game bio leaned hard into his mercenary-for-hire vibe, which Thunderbolts fans might see echoed in the movie's anti-hero team. All right, let's lighten things up with LEGO Marvel Superheroes, the 2013 action-adventure game for pretty much every platform: PS3, Xbox 360, PC, you name it. Taskmaster, voiced by Steve Blum yet again, is an unlockable playable character and a side boss. In the open-world hub, you can find Taskmaster in a side mission where he's running a combat challenge, testing your skills with his mimicry. Beat him, and you unlock him for free-roam chaos. His LEGO version is adorable but deadly, rocking a tiny skull mask and wielding a sword and shield. His moveset includes copied hero abilities like Spider-Man's webs and Cap's shield toss, making him a blast to play in the game's sandbox. Story-wise, he's a mercenary hired by Loki's villain crew, but he's more about causing trouble than any grand plan. This game's a classic, and Taskmaster's mix of humor and menace fits the LEGO vibe perfectly. Fast forward to 2018, and we've got Marvel's Spider-Man on the PS4, one of the best superhero games ever. Taskmaster makes a big splash here as a side mission boss, voiced by Brian Bloom this time. He's hired by a mysterious client to test Spider-Man's skills, setting up challenges across New York City: stealth, combat, bomb defusal, you name it. Once you complete enough challenges, Taskmaster confronts Spidey in a rooftop boss fight. He's a nightmare to face, copying Spider-Man's agility and web moves while throwing in his own sword slashes and explosives. The fight's dynamic, with Taskmaster taunting you about your performance, and his sleek modern design, complete with a high-tech skull mask, looks incredible. Story-wise, he's a hired gun, but his missions add a ton of replayability to the game. This was a huge moment for Taskmaster, proving he could steal the show in a AAA title. Last but not least, we've got Marvel's Avengers from 2020, developed by Crystal Dynamics for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Taskmaster is a major villain here, appearing in the campaign's opening A-Day sequence. Voiced by Walt Gray, he's working for AIM and faces off against Black Widow on the Golden Gate Bridge in a tense one-on-one fight. His design is gritty with a tactical suit and that iconic skull mask, and his moveset pulls from multiple Avengers: Thor's hammer spins, Cap's shield, and Natasha's own acrobatics. The fight's a tutorial for Widow's mechanics, but Taskmaster gets trapped under rubble and doesn't reappear in the main story. Post-launch, he popped up in multiplayer missions as a boss, challenging teams with his mimicry. While the game got mixed reviews, Taskmaster's cinematic presence was a highlight, showing he can hang with the big leagues. With Thunderbolts bringing Taskmaster back to the MCU, this game's take feels like a preview of her potential as a team wrecker. That's the full rundown of Taskmaster's video game appearances, from fighting games to open-world epics. Which one's your favorite? Drop it in the comments and let me know if you're pumped for Thunderbolts on May 2nd, 2025. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to GamingSafeSpace, and share it with your squad. We've got more Marvel gaming content coming, so stay tuned for the next Safe Space adventure. Until then, keep gaming, keep vibing, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.